Story title: The Haunting of the Ghost Ship of the Baltic Sea. In the frigid waters of the Baltic Sea, a ghostly vessel sails through the mists, carrying with it a chilling tale of death and despair. This is the story of the ghost ship of the Baltic Sea, a spectral nightmare from World War II that continues to haunt sailors and historians alike. During World War II, the Baltic Sea was a crucial battleground for naval operations, with German U-boats and Allied ships constantly clashing. One of the most unsettling incidents occurred in the winter of 1944, amidst the fierce naval battles and harsh conditions. The German Navy had a fearsome reputation for its U-boats, and one particular vessel, U-997, was noted for its effectiveness in disrupting Allied shipping. On December 15, 1944, U-997 set out on what would be its final mission, an assignment to intercept and destroy Allied convoys in the icy waters of the Baltic. The mission was to be the U-boat's swan song, as it was to return to base on December 20th. However, as the days passed, the boat failed to make contact. Radio silence was broken only by a distress signal that came through on December 18th, indicating that the U-997 was under attack. The message was brief and garbled, mentioning an unknown enemy and rapidly worsening conditions. After that, all communications ceased. When the war ended and peace was declared, the fate of U-997 remained a mystery. Despite extensive searches by both Allied and German forces, no trace of the submarine was ever found. It was as if the vessel had simply vanished into the freezing depths of the Baltic Sea. Years went by, and the story of the missing U-997 faded into the annals of history, until unsettling reports began to emerge from sailors and fishermen operating in the Baltic Sea. They spoke of a ghostly submarine sighted in the fog, a dark silhouette that appeared suddenly and vanished just as quickly. In the late 1950s, one of the most disturbing sightings occurred. A Swedish fishing trawler, the SS Vasa, reported encountering a mysterious submarine in the Baltic. The crew described a massive U-boat that emerged from the fog, its hull covered in frost and ice. The vessel seemed to be moving in slow motion as if weighed down by an unseen force. The crew attempted to make contact with the submarine, but it ignored their signals and remained eerily silent. Then, without warning, the U-boat vanished into the mist, leaving the crew in a state of shock. The sighting was reported to the local naval authorities, but no conclusive evidence was ever found. A few years later, a similar encounter occurred when a Danish cargo ship reported seeing a U-boat drifting near a shipping lane. The vessel's crew described seeing spectral figures on the submarine's deck, their faces frozen in expressions of terror. The ship attempted to approach, but the ghostly U-boat sank back into the fog before they could reach it. The story of the ghost ship of the Baltic Sea began to spread, and it became a haunting legend among sailors. Some claimed that the U-997 had been cursed, its crew doomed to sail the seas as spectral apparitions. Others believed it was a remnant of the war, a vessel trapped between the realms of the living and the dead. Mariners who encountered the ghostly submarine often spoke of an overwhelming sense of dread and an unnatural chill in the air. The sightings became so frequent that they were recorded in local folklore and maritime reports. Despite numerous investigations, the fate of U-997 remains one of the enduring mysteries of World War II. Some theories suggest that the submarine was lost to a mine or sunk by enemy action, but no wreckage has ever been discovered. The ghostly sightings continue to intrigue and terrify those who hear the tale. The Baltic Sea, with its cold, dark waters and dense fogs, serves as the backdrop for the legend of the ghost ship. The eerie stories of a spectral U-boat forever wandering the icy depths remind us of the unending mysteries that the sea holds. So, if you ever find yourself navigating the Baltic Sea on a foggy night, keep a watchful eye. You might just catch a glimpse of the ghost ship, an enduring phantom of World War II.